So, like, some people have no food, so it's like, I get it because I'm overprivileged with a lot of food, but I don't eat any of this. I just live with food hoarders. So it's like, there's no room for any of it. Like, none of this crap needs to be in here either.
Garner Road, looks like you can see the house.
Okay, so I'm back at Barberville Falls today, and I wrote this dude this note. I put the pen here to block my number. I had already recorded this clip, but I have to re-record it. But yeah, I'm gonna go leave this note for this dude. And yeah. Back to Barberville Falls Redux. Today is September 6th, 2023. And yeah, we came back. I was on my way today, just like by coincidence, because I was out in Berlin, New York. And that, I guess, abuts Averill Park, which abuts Sand Lake, which abuts this place. So I came back. This is where we were sitting, taking topless pictures of my friends. And I'm here alone today to just smoke some weed and fucking hang out, you know? I brought some snacks, so I got plenty of time that I can spend here. I finished my work. It's about 2:45. I had been working since 11. And yeah, not bad. It's gonna be a really great day. I'm gonna take my shirt off and sunbathe topless for a while. And just enjoy being alone, honestly. And maybe some people will show up and run me off, but I don't think so. I think we're alone today. You know, it's like a fucking Tuesday today, I think. No, it's a Wednesday. Like, no one's here, you know? Thanks for joining. Obviously, I'm up pretty high. I'm not gonna jump. That'd be crazy. I don't know why you would even think about that. On today's episode, we're gonna be talking about power and compliance. So, there's people here. I can show them my boobs. That'll be hilarious. Be like, oh, what's up? Maybe before I leave, I'll do it. I love flashing people. That's like I get off on it because it's an exhibition, which, like, first of all, is titillating, but also it's like, I'm actually not sure. With the intent to be seen is written into the law, but then there's also no law against being shirtless, but there may be laws against taking shirts off. Like, if the intent is to provoke, then it's a sex crime, right? I don't know. I'm a deviant, but I'm not a sex criminal. About power and compliance, right? So let's take the example not of being topless, but of the police that would be forced to actually show up and deal with a criminal like me for my sex crimes, right? So say someone does call the police, they're like, police, there's children here, which does matter. That is written into the law. The intent to be observed by someone under the age of 16. It's strange that the law takes into consideration 16 and not 19, but it actually makes it like a different statutory crime to do it. I don't know, I have no intention of being seen by anyone of any age in that manner, right? Like, if I'm just sitting here with no shirt on, I'm actually in New York not breaking any laws because I'm not provoking anyone, and my intention is, like, well, it might be sexual, but you can't prove it in court of law beyond a reasonable doubt. Cops arrive, right? Like, the shit hits the fan, they really show up, their lights and sirens are off, but, you know, they're still there with their guns and their badges and their authority. You know, to big dick you down. Let me see your fucking hands and all this other different, ID, you know? So they show up, right? Say they do have probable cause, right? Now I'm being detained for my criminal behavior because someone got a picture of my boobies out. Oh! Right? Like, we don't know if they're committing a crime because how do you know if I'm 18? Like, if I'm under the age of 18 and their intention is to distribute me and capture me, wouldn't they be committing the crime? Like, doesn't that seem a little weird? Like, maybe it's like their voyeurism? Like, what's their intention with recording me? Like, if my intention isn't to be seen, right, and we flip it back around, is there really a crime? Well, in Massachusetts, there actually is. That's like that moment where, like, bum, 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 bum. Doing weird things with the text messaging app because I was trying to send, like, you know, it's currently unavailable because I have no service out here, but, like, my phone's not used to having no service, so it's throwing a bit of a hissing fit. Anyway, so say the cops in Massachusetts arrive and a crime has been committed and now I'm a sex criminal and they're coming to identify the suspect, right? I am a suspect in a crime and I'm lawfully being detained and I am forced to identify myself whether by actually showing ID or providing, like, as much information as they need to positively identify me. Okay. But in New York, I'm not. But that's how it is. Different things can be legal different places you go, but what's interesting is how fucking seriously people take these things. Regardless of where you're living, people have their own different interpretation of what they think the law is And moreover, Amagansett Press YouTube channel proves people will just make up laws. Like, they know that they've never been told that it's actually illegal. They just wish that it was, and they're telling you that it is in the hope that you comply with it. Because the police are not allowed to necessarily lie to you about what the law is. Except they do, and they can, and they won't be held accountable. But there's not really like a law that says that they can like misrepresent what the actual law is. Right? Now, once you're under arrest, there are very, very specific like processes that must be upheld in order to have a system through which you can hold people accountable for, first of all, even creating of the category of something as a sex crime, let alone perpetrating or committing it, right? Or having evidence against someone for allegedly committing it. Now, in Massachusetts, it's a crime. In New York, it's not that you allegedly did it, it's that it's a perfect defense that it is not illegal. It's actually worse, it's actually better than that. It isn't quote-unquote a defense, it's just they can't lawfully prosecute you. There is no crime. They can't detain you. You've done nothing wrong. There's no culpability, responsibility to wear a shirt. Now, there might be times where that is not true. And in that kind of bold nuance, there is a categorical sex crime, right? It's very bizarre. Like, if your intention is lewd behavior, then the lewd behavior aspect of it is what is being policed. But is it lewd behavior if you're just like in your own space, like, you damned lesbians, my kids saw you kissing each other, that's a sex crime? Well, what if it was two men without their shirts off? Is that also a sex crime? Or is it the nipple, the fact that my areola protrudes from my body like gynecomastia, right? That literally, and I mean literally, makes it a sex crime, right? Because one is not lewd, right? It's just two men kissing each other, like, oh, isn't that sweet? Right? They're just like, they're two men. Whatever, who cares? Oh no, men with their shirt off kissing each other? Not around my children, that's a sex crime. But the actual exposure of the areola becomes a sex crime for a woman. That's fucked up. Not in New York. But in New York, there also is the lewdness, right? It's not the nipple that's actually being shirt policed. It's not a law against covering. It's not a law, as it is in Massachusetts, to basically force you to be puritanical with your body for the sake of others and the culture. In New York, it's what was your behavior? Was it lewd? Now, I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand where the nuance is. I just know that I've been told when I go out, if I were to like film a lewd nude calendar, like a bunch of nude hot bitches, that's what it's called. It's called nude hot bitches for child welfare. Whatever. We're gonna give it for nude bitches for fire trucks. Who gives a fuck? Right? We're the fire department. Who the fuck cares? Now, the fire department might be a little different because it's the fire department. They're publicly funded. I don't know if that changes the Lewd Behavior Act. Is there such thing as the Lewd Behavior Act? I've had someone yell at me that that was what it was. I was like, ma'am, you can yell all you want, but I gotta say, I disagree. I don't think it's lawful for you to arrest me. You know, like the officers aren't going to because it's not illegal, and I don't think you have the authority to arrest me. Like, even if you're right, say you're right, and I'm a sex criminal, and I have my shirt off, and that's it. And my intention, for the sake of argument, let's just say, hypothetically, that it was just to offend you and your children, and to groom them, and do all these bad things, right? To be seen in a lascivious, is that the word, act? And to be compromised and humiliated as a fetish, say that was like my worst case scenario, right? I don't, even assuming that was true, I don't think you have the authority to like lawfully detain me. Like, you can say that I'm under arrest. I can tell you that you're a stupid bitch. I can tell you that, like, your head's gonna pop tomorrow. It's not a threat. It's that I think that you have cancer. I see behind your eyes. I see the cancer growing. Right? I can say whatever I want, but I don't think I have the authority to, like, detain you. Like, by force, because that's a different crime. Right? That's like, I wish they would call it like they did in football, aggravated holding. Aggravated holding. Some guy at the bar. Immediate expulsion penalty. 30 yards. So, what I've been trying to figure out isn't necessarily why that the laws are illegal. I kind of do understand that. It's, why isn't there more pushback from normies? Right? Like, what's interesting is the normal amount of pushback from normies to be expected is literally zero. Fucking nothing. None of it. They don't say shit. They claim to be on your side when you advocate for yourself. But it's like, ma'am, you're out here wearing a shirt telling me to put a shirt on. And if it's not you, it's the man with the gun and the system and the threat of bars and money, and enslavement. Like, come on, lady, it's a shirt. What? So you just think that women should just always just have their titties out? No, they can choose to wear a shirt. I don't think they should be penalized when they choose not to. Funny thing about the shirt police that men often do, and it's this like, they're not actually gaslighting you, they're gaslighting themselves, but because they're gaslighting themselves, by extension, they are gaslighting you, so they're gaslighting you. But like, their intention, and they'll tell you this, is not to gaslight you, which is in itself another form of gaslighting. So there's this thing that these like annoying men will do, where they'll be like, well, actually, you should put a shirt on, because here's like 50 different reasons. And it's like, okay, I actually agree with most of those reasons, and I'm wearing a shirt. But I don't think that they should be like legally stopped from doing it. You can stop them from doing it on YouTube. Okay, that's a private establishment. That's like, anyone can stop anyone from really doing anything, I guess, in a private establishment. There are limits to what they can allow within the private establishment, but there's not really a limit on like what you can like say no to. Like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you're telling me that I have to say, like, okay, there are some things, right? But is wearing a shirt one of those things? No shirt, no shoes, no service. That doesn't seem like something that the government should be getting involved in my private business. If I want people to be wearing pants, and the legal system is like, sorry, sir, we don't have to tell the crazy homeless man that showed up to your house party to leave, because he's allowed to be here on your private property, so we can't tell him to leave. And also, we definitely can't tell him to put on any pants, because there's no law that says that you have to wear pants. So in his house, because it's everyone's house, we don't have to force him to leave. I just don't see it that, oh, there's dogs now. Who peeing, right? Like peeing with your like peeing parts. I can understand making laws around that, right? Like, that's like a really serious thing. Like, whether we like it or not, we are biological organisms, and like, we don't really, most of us, I guess, I don't, do things with like diapers or like catheters or like dune suits. You know what I mean? Like, most of us go and we pee in water, or we pee somewhere that is away from and compartmentalized everything else. Seems intuitive enough to me. It seems like pretty smart to me. Now, does that mean that I get to literally call the cops anytime that some homeless guy like needs to literally just pee anywhere? Like, ma'am, he's wrapping himself in a towel and peeing in a bottle and then silently throwing that bottle out in the trash can. Like, what more do you actually want me to do? Unless there's a law against peeing in a trash can, I have no idea. It may be illegal to like discard a pee anywhere but a toilet in water. I have no idea. I've never looked into it because I'm not a pee criminal, right? Because I'm not homeless. But that's the type of thing that you police the homeless with, because if you don't provide, especially in a city where there's like thousands and thousands of people and all of them need to like all do the same thing, well, some of them are so fucking messy that they're just gonna poop in the aisle of the airplane, they can't help it. Let alone if they make it into the bathroom, what's gonna happen to the floor in the bathroom? How many times that happens and no one talks about it or hears about it? How many times disabled people just like literally rub their poop everywhere when they're just in a bad mood? That's just one of the things that human bodies will do when their mind is just not with their body and not with society and not programmed to like conform and follow the rules. Like, okay, sure, we can make that thing a sex criminal because it was showing its breasts and penis at the time that it was rubbing poop on the walls. We could do that. Or we could like put it in this like diversionary non-criminal, you know, thing. But the fact that we even have to have a discussion about it is only because of the law, and I think the law is good. So if you have that disabled person that's like consistently rubbing poop on the wall and they get caught, that we can't just be like, well, like, listen, we can't actually tell him to leave. He didn't do anything wrong. There's no law that says your poop can't just go everywhere. There's no law that says that you can't just have your dick out. That'd be stupid. So it's not that the argument is that the law itself is completely stupid. The law is smart. It's just fucking sinister because, like, with pants I get it. With breasts, it's not that I do get it. I just don't like it. And I think it's a manufactured thing. Like, I think the commodification of it is what comes to contention with the law, more so than, like, the private ethics. But actually, that's not really true. Because, like, if I was just laying here peacefully, realistically, I don't think the cops have things to worry about. But say I was, like, live streaming it, right? Like, is that different? Like, what if the intent, because is that the intent to be observed implicit? Like, how does the law take that into concern? Like, I was live streaming my titties. Is that a sex crime? What if I was on with my doctor? I have no proof that I was on with my doctor. You have no proof that I wasn't. But say my defense is that I was on with my doctor and that, yes, you caught me doing it. It was very obvious I was on the phone and we all believe it. But is it a defense? Right? Like, is a jury going to be given instruction that they should still convict me and make me a sex offender for showing my breasts in public to my doctor? Say I'm homeless. Say I have nowhere else to go. There is no privacy. Right? Okay, fine. I chose a fucking stupid place right here. Oh, I thought it was private. No one else was around. I thought I was near a river. Who's going to go near a river? Whatever. It's backwards, stupid thinking. But say I did it. And that's my defense. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what the law says about that. Lewd and lascivious? Is that the words? I'm definitely, like, ludicrous is, like, ludicrous. And I'm, like, way more autistic, probably. Maybe the same amount of autism as ludicrous. Is ludicrous, like, canonically, like, openly autistic? We need more, like, autistic artists. Just like the scale of it, you know? Like, realizing that, like, I'm really here. I don't want to, but I really could fall. Or I really could jump, you know, if I was fucking crazy enough, which I'm not. And, like, it would just be so horrible. Like, the scale of everything is just so big, and I'm just so teeny tiny. I am small. My friend said you ladies have nice boobs, and I have to correct them, but I don't have service. I have to be like, neither of us are really ladies. We don't really act like ladies. Like, okay, we get it, you think we're hot femmes, and we are. Because we're sending you our titties and pictures of it. Like, out in public. Like, oh, the top of a waterfall's public. Oh. Crime was committed. This was proof of it. We're going to use it against you harlots. And we're going to fucking do what we did to you in the Salem witch trials, you witches. You witches and hot bitches. Who do you think you are? Taking off your shirts and selling pictures at the top of a waterfall in Massachusetts? Straight to jail. Believe it or not, straight to jail. Actually, probably not, but, like, they could probably, right? Because it'd be proof of a sex crime, right? Like, your intent was to sell it for lewd purposes. And be observed by witnesses, allegedly. Or, like, whatever they're going to say. Whatever. I guess I'll go down there, but I don't really want to. Actual hike. Like, it's not that steep, but it looks way steeper than it is. Like, once you get here, it's kind of cut in. See? Like, I just know this because I've been here a lot. Most people don't realize you can do this. This is not a retention wall. This is just kind of where the wall has stopped collapsing for now. I don't know why my phone keeps shooting so oversaturated. Because I have it set to ISO 100, but it just keeps being blown out. That's why you see me keep scrubbing it. Because when I scrub it, it's like, this is some aster. When I scrub it, sometimes that fixes it, because sometimes the light meter gets thrown off. Always takes the high. I don't know about that. I came back today to film it because I didn't get a chance to film it last time, but we're here today. We were just up there, but now we're here. So like, there's like this flower here is wild. See if I can lower the ISO. I've never seen this thing before. I guess it's maybe some type of foxglove, I'm guessing, but I don't really know. It's really strange. I don't want to like disturb it at all and like peel it apart, you know. But it's doing some weird things that I've never really like seen it do. So it's definitely a new flower for me today. And yeah, I just thought I'd like highlight it with that. I'm gonna get some leaf structure of it. I wonder if it's like minty, but I don't think so. It tastes like a little bit off the end, but I think because it's got these like these that it's not. On the chances that it is digitalis, I'm actually not gonna fuck with it. It's actually pretty smart of me. This one is snake root, white snake root. It's a good point. No trespassing. Well, I guess that's as far as we go. That was a nice little rock walk, bro. Wow. Yep, this is the new chill spot. Evil bullshit. Where are these two? They're trying to get across. She's strutting. She's like, come on, babe, you could do it. You could walk across some very basic rocks. She's like, I can't. I've never been outside in my life. I don't know how to do it. I'm not wearing shoes. I'm just in my bikini. What if I fall? I'll break my everything. I have no balance. Ah. Oh, she made it. Oh, no, she didn't. It's been like a minute or two. She still hasn't made it. Oh, it feels better. Let's go. Couple would leave, so then I could like actually do real photography. Cause like, yeah, it's different to set up lewd photography when there's like a couple watching them. I'm just like in the middle of this river. It's hype though. Shirt, no shirt, gang, gang, gang. What the fuck is this thing? What the hell? What the fuck? I think it's dead, or like maybe like a husk. What the fuck, man? That's a weird thing. You know, I got high with myself, and up until this moment, it's now 3:40. I was having a great time, but like, honestly, I'm lonely. And like, I don't know anyone here. I don't really want to commingle with any of the people here. I'm not really super too concerned with human interaction, but I'm also obsessed with it. Like, I'm just lonely. I just wish my people were here. I'm just like feeling it, so I'm just like recording because like I have no one around me, you know? Like, that's alright, but I am lonely. I'm legitimately winded. I wish I had recorded that. That was one of the best rock runs of my life. I love that. I may even go do another, actually. I was just so meditative. I was showing up this guy's girlfriend just to be a douche. Cause like, it's like trans women winning the, like whatever, you know? Like, oh boy, you're such a hero. You set the triathlon record as a woman. Very brave, stunning. That's what I was doing. So I was setting the rock walking record just to piss him off. Just to deflate him with that girl. Like, get a better girl, dude. You're spending all this effort on a girl that literally can't even walk over rocks. How's that bitch gonna survive the death march? And when you watch me, an undercover male, show your girlfriend up that hard that I basically make it look effortless, it's a flow state for me. Legitimately, I was no more than 3 seconds paused. on the entire rock path. I mean, like, you saw it on the way there, maybe 1/4 of it. So like times 4 that of just me just like, I love it. That's my favorite thing. And like this dude's just like trying not to be obvious about the fact that he's staring at me, but he's not even trying to make it obvious. He's trying to make it not obvious to his woman that he's staring at me. And I'm being an asshole because I'm like sitting adjacent to him, but far enough out of his range that it's not like I really genuinely didn't take my shirt off to fuck with him. But like he was the only maybe one who like saw me and was like, ooh woo. Ooh woo. And so when I zipped past him, he couldn't take his eyes off me. I'm like, I don't blame you, buddy. I'm a fucking nature spirit. Maybe you should go find you one of those instead of this Long Island bitch or wherever the fuck you dug her out of. But also, it's funny because I'm annoying because I'm a lesbian. Wow. I think we're gonna go like that. Yeah, we made it back to the top, walking the normie path. I broke a sweat. I'm actually so tired. It's crazy. Maybe I should stop and get food, but like, yeah, I will actually. What the fuck? This is my favorite thing to do. It's called heat sinking. It's where the cold literally takes away the heat. Like the heat diffuses into the entropy, right? Like it's a low pressure and I am high pressure, and so it diffuses into low pressure. Pressure always flows from positive to negative. I love it. And then the best part is it returns it all the way up to your heart. So like, it'll take heat away from like, even like as far as like here, like I can feel it getting cold. Because it's like drawing the blood and like sending cold blood back up. Like cold air blood. It's not like cold, but like cold air. Woo! It's chilly. Oh, I feel so much better already. I was literally dying. I was like, oh my god. I thought it was what they call like a psychedelic sympathetic fallacy, where like basically I am in the state of psychedelia and cannot necessarily tell fact from fiction, and I feel a projected association with this like area of perception. And so if you'll watch, it's exactly the same as my breathing. Like ready? Like in and out. Like in, out. In, out. And I was noticing it was matching my breathing, and it was freaking me out a little. I was like, whoa. Wow. It's very calming. Whoa. Whoa! Where are you going? The forest is the other way, buddy! You're going the wrong way, dude. Oh boy. Anyways, I came down here to look at this. Whoop. Oh damn, is that Stacy? Oh shit! Let's go, Stacy. But there's like in here, there's like a whole bunch of like rocks and stuff. And so what happens is the water gets trapped in with them, and it kicks those rocks up, and more rocks, right? And they'll channel in, and it'll create this like whirlpool effect just from, you know, the rocks and the water itself, you know. And so it creates this like swivel pattern here, and here, and here, and it doesn't even necessarily really need the rocks, I wouldn't think, but certainly I would think that speeds it up. This is like the perfect little chair. That's kind of sweet. It's been a really great day, like working, like really working and driving and using my focus and like getting jobs completed. it does feel good, but this feels better. Like, this is like, I'm working to be able to just like do this, you know? And like, my work provides the opportunity, because I travel for work a little bit, to sometimes travel out to places that coincidentally are where I was like not that long ago, that I come to because they're sacred. And it reminded me of that, this was here, because I recognized one of the roads and like town names, and I was like, ah, I should return. And so I've had a really great day. Sharing some lewd pictures. Thanks again for joining, guys. This has been Rainbows and Razor Blades, a show from the void. Today was September 6th, and we talked about the shirt police, we talked about power, we talked about state institutionary power, we talked about the law, well, I'm not a lawyer. We talked about, you know, a little bit about Buddhist meditation, and just kind of I showed you some of how I move with intention across rocks, and how I use it for like meditative purposes. So from like all the way up here, you could have seen me sitting without a shirt all the way down near that fallen tree right there, and that was probably pretty hot to watch me walking, huh? Walking. Waka. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. We'll be back again soon. And then to future editor self, do a montage. Like of like all the like scenes like fading into each other. Like, oh.